Young and aspirational, Warren Buffett is starting to establish his financial empire. He focused on a failing business in the Midwest with the hopes of dismantling it and selling his assets. Before GPS, Sanborn Maps provided insurance firms with minute-by-minute maps of power lines, water mains, and city traffic. Real-time maps are extremely difficult to create yet are extremely useful to insurance firms. They aid insurance providers with the analysis of risk factors so that better insurance policies can be developed. However, as the sector consolidates, Sanborn's customer base shrinks, driving its stock price down below its book value and pushing the company into a bear market. This is a chance to earn money almost risk-free. He learns that the business has a portfolio of assets that, if sold, would bring in $65 per share. There is only one issue left: getting the business to sell that portfolio. To do that, he will need to be elected to the board. He'll require additional money. Because both of them believed that this investment was a definite thing, Buffett is aware of the best places to raise money. His aunt, mother, father, and the rest of his family joined him, and he made an effort to solicit donations from everyone he knew. Buffett only wants to be wealthy enough to be appointed to the company's board of directors. 6 months later, he was elected to the Sanborn board of directors, making his investment profitable. Buffett convenes a board meeting right away and shares with the other members his strategy for selling a portfolio to release value. To his amazement, Buffett's plan was rejected when he learned that none of the board members had sufficient stock. They were basically a group of scroungers taking advantage of the resources of the business. Warren Buffett is not interested in retiring. The board members will submit to his intimidation. Buffett was instructed by his mentor, Benjamin Graham, to refrain from placing an excessive amount of money into a single investment. Contrary to advice, Buffett promptly purchases additional Sanborn shares to achieve sufficient control over the business. As soon as he enters the board meeting again, Buffett warns the members that if they don't follow his plan, he will dismiss them all since they are all terrified for their personal interests. The board members arrived and decided to split the business, and the young Omaha investor goes away with a 45% return on his investment. He will continue to rule the investment sector for the following 60 years. He will have a significant financial impact. He was known as the Omaha Oracle. Warren Buffett was raised in a wealthy family. His grandfather runs a prosperous supermarket business. His father is a successful stockbroker and lives a luxurious life. But all of that prosperity ends when Buffett turns to him. Upon the nation's entry into the Great Depression, we find it difficult to comprehend the agony, immediate danger, terror, sense of helplessness, and loss of control over one's life that the Great Depression inflicted on so many families. He lost all of his wealth in the crash. Howard Buffett, his father, struggles to recover but swiftly finds a way to convert the tragedy into an opportunity. He understands that given the fact that many people have lost their fortunes in speculative stocks, he would start offering secure stocks instead, ones that will aid in his clients' capital protection. Howard Buffett soon establishes a reputation for being a careful stockbroker who can assist his clients in safeguarding their funds. His ethical and principled business practices have a significant impact on young Warren Buffett. The greatest gift I have ever received is the father I had at birth. He never taught me by just telling me things. Instead, he was always teaching me. Just by way of example, he taught. He always believed in me, even when I made mistakes. That leads you a very, very long way away from Warren Buffett. His father is a hero to him. Warren idolizes Howard Buffett primarily because his mother has never shown him any affection. Well, I believe we were afraid of her. I listened to hear her voice when I first woke up in the morning. Her voice told me whether or not she was having a bad day. The mother of Warren Buffett has a history of mental illnesses in her family, many of whom were committed to insane asylums. You didn't want to be around my mother while she was experiencing excruciating headaches because she would lash out even more. In public, she would never do it. Layla Buffett has a history of verbally abusing Warren Buffett and his sister, even when he was a young boy. You have a parent that continuously criticizes you, shames you, compares you to other kids, and makes underhanded comments to you. And you know, it's kind of difficult for a kid to hear that, especially from their parents who are supposed to be their protectors and main caregivers. Your opinions about the world and yourself will undoubtedly be impacted by it. Young Warren becomes frightened and withdrawn as his mother verbally abuses him on a regular basis. He starts to habitually collect bottle tops and stamps. Buffett used to greatly enjoy counting and sorting objects when he was a kid. I believe it does this by providing him with a feeling of predictability and order. However, as Buffett approaches adolescence, his childhood issues led him down a dark path that was unpopular across the country. A budget for violence is the only path to prosperity that lasts forever. You may be familiar with Congressman Howard Buffett, a Republican from Nebraska who is a member of the House of Representatives. After winning the election, Buffett relocated his family to Washington, D.C. The teenage Warren Buffett finds himself unexpectedly in a strange setting and unable to adapt to life in the nation's capital as Howard is preoccupied with his duties as a lawmaker. And the teenage Warren Buffett turns rebellious as his mother keeps terrorizing him and his sister. He began missing classes and associating with the wrong crowds. He participated in practical jokes and scams, as well as stealing items like golf balls. Howard Buffett eventually chooses to step in to stop Warren Buffett's disobedient behavior. He tells his son that you are capable of better than this. This concludes our video for now. Watch out for the concluding video on our channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and tell your friends about it so we can keep making them. To be notified when we upload a new video, click the notification bell and remember to press the subscribe button for more videos like this. Thank you for viewing.